What's going on, Cowboys Nation and football fans around the world? Buckle up because today, we've got breaking news that is absolutely rocking the NFL landscape. Something big, something real, and something that could completely alter the course of the Dallas Cowboys' upcoming season. That's right, you heard it here. Samson Ebukam, one of the most explosive and hard-hitting edge rushers in the game, has just signed with the Dallas Cowboys in a move that no one saw coming but everyone's now talking about. This is not your everyday roster tweak, not some routine depth piece. This is a major splash, a chess move on the part of Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office that signals they are not just competing, they're aiming to dominate. Let's talk about why this move matters so much and what it really means for Dallas. First of all, Samson Ebukam isn't just some run-of-the-mill defender. This guy has grit, power, and NFL experience that matters in the trenches. Born in Nigeria, raised in Portland, and molded in the football program at Eastern Washington, a school you don't usually associate with NFL stars, Ebukam's journey is already remarkable. He's a fourth-round pick who carved out a career with hustle, sweat, and serious athleticism. From the jump, he showed he belonged in the league when the Los Angeles Rams took a chance on him in 2017. While the big names got the spotlight, Ebukam made his presence felt on the field in quiet, devastating ways: relentless pursuit, clutch sacks, forced fumbles, game-changing pressure. He never needed the spotlight to shine. And that was just the beginning. His Monday Night Football explosion against the Kansas City Chiefs back in 2018, 2 defensive touchdowns, one on a fumble recovery and another on a pick six, wasn't just a highlight reel moment, it was a national announcement. That was when fans realized, hold on, this guy isn't just part of the defense, he is a difference maker. After his productive stint with the Rams, the San Francisco 49ers picked him up, and once again, he became a nightmare for opposing offenses. In a defense loaded with talent, Ebukam carved out a role, finishing his final season there with 5 sacks and countless quarterback pressures that don't always show up in the stat sheets but wreak havoc on opposing game plans. He played hard, played clean, and never backed down. Then came the Colts chapter, and wow, talk about a breakout. Signed to a 3-year deal, he immediately proved his worth in Indianapolis, finishing the 2023 season with career-high numbers across the board, nearly double-digit sacks, numerous tackles for loss, forced fumbles, hurries, hits, you name it. This was a man in his prime, playing with controlled fury, and giving Colts fans a glimmer of hope on defense. He was disruptive, disciplined, and dependable, 3 qualities any defensive coordinator dreams about. Then, just as things were peaking, disaster struck. During training camp the following season, Ebukam suffered a torn Achilles, a brutal injury for any player, but especially for a 30-year-old edge rusher whose game relies on explosiveness, balance, and quick twitch movement. It was a setback that put a full stop on all his momentum. Most analysts wondered if he'd ever return to form. Achilles injuries aren't like hamstring tweaks, they're serious, career-altering injuries. And yet, from everything we've heard, Ebukam attacked his rehab like he attacks quarterbacks, with total focus and intensity. He worked quietly, away from the limelight, letting his body heal while keeping his mind sharp. He trained, he pushed, and by all internal accounts, he's back, he's healthy, and he's hungry. Now the Dallas Cowboys, already boasting one of the most feared defenses in the league, have added this beast to their front seven. Just sit with that for a second. Imagine the chaos of offensive coordinators trying to plan for Micah Parsons, who can line up anywhere and wreck your protection scheme, and now, throw Ebukam into that mix. This is going to cause panic. Ebukam has played in both 4-3 and 3-4 schemes. He's experienced with zone blitzes, stunt packages, and quick-fire reads. He doesn't just bull rush, he outthinks offensive linemen, reads quarterback tendencies, and exploits weaknesses like a veteran. He brings football IQ to a group already known for its raw talent. And what about the locker room? The Cowboys have a defense with both rising stars and veteran leaders. DeMarcus Lawrence is still a force. Micah is a generational talent. And now Ebukam comes in with a no-nonsense, team-first mentality that fits the DNA of a Dan Quinn or now Mike Zimmer-led defense. This isn't just about sacks, it's about setting a tone. Every practice rep, every film session, every Sunday Ebukam raises the intensity level. And here's where it gets even more exciting. The Cowboys' biggest defensive weakness last year wasn't talent, it was depth and consistency on the edge. With injuries and fatigue piling up toward the end of the season, the team often struggled to keep pressure up across 4 quarters. That ends now. With Ebukam rotating in, the front line can stay fresh, stay nasty, and stay in attack mode from kickoff to final whistle. Quarterbacks will have no breathing room, and offensive lines will be gasping for air. The synergy between Parsons and Ebukam is what dreams are made of for defensive coaches. One draws a double team, the other exploits the gap. You can't block them both, not without sacrificing your offensive rhythm. That means more hurried throws, more sacks, more turnovers and, ultimately, more wins. Now, let's take a look at how this impacts the NFC East. The Eagles are still a strong team, but they've lost some key veterans and are dealing with their own roster challenges. The Giants are still rebuilding, and Washington is entering a new era entirely. The Cowboys now have a prime opportunity to reclaim control of the division, and Ebukam's arrival is like pouring gasoline on that fire. The defense is now faster, tougher, smarter, and far more dangerous. And let's not forget what this means emotionally, mentally. A move like this energizes the entire locker room. It tells the team that ownership and the front office believe this team is ready to win now, believe that one piece can make the difference, believe that the time is now. Players feed off that, coaches feed off that, and fans? Fans are going absolutely wild. Social media blew up the moment the news dropped. Twitter, Instagram, message boards, everybody is talking about Ebukam to Dallas. You've got analysts reworking their power rankings, you've got rival fans groaning, and you've got Cowboys fans grinning like it's Christmas morning. Because they know this move is more than a headline, it's a shift in momentum. It's the kind of signing that teams look back on months later and say, that's when everything changed. And listen, I get it. There will be skeptics. There will be people who say, he's coming off an injury, or he's 30, or can he return to form? But to that I say, this is exactly the kind of bet great franchises make. You don't win by playing it safe. You win by identifying value, trusting your medical team, and bringing in guys who fit your culture. Ebukam is that guy. No drama, no ego, just hard-nosed football and proven production. And if you think he's just coming to fill a roster spot, think again. Ebukam is coming to Dallas with something to prove. He's heard the whispers, he's seen the doubt, and he's ready to silence it all with his pads. So what can we expect? I'm predicting 8-11 sacks, a few forced fumbles, and a massive ripple effect that improves the entire defensive unit. And if you're a young guy on the Cowboys roster right now, you better be taking notes. Because Ebukam's work ethic is the blueprint. He's here to make noise, he's here to win, and he's here to help the Dallas Cowboys do something they haven't done in decades: make a deep playoff run. So let's wrap this up the way we started, with energy, excitement, and optimism. Samson Ebukam is now a Dallas Cowboy. This isn't just breaking news, it's history in the making. The Cowboys have drawn their line in the sand. They're done waiting. They're building a defense that can carry them to glory. And I, for one, cannot wait to see this team take the field. So smash that like button, subscribe if you love football, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. How pumped are you for Ebukam in Dallas? Do you think this is the move that finally gets us over the hump? Because I do. Let's ride, Cowboys Nation. Let's make this season unforgettable.